Welcome to the Prospect Warehouse podcast. You have all three of the three amigos, at least for a little bit. John told me he's going to be wasted for this podcast. I have yet to see his drink in his hand.
Didn't happen.
So I don't know. Didn't happen. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. So Doc is going to take a shot for you. Yeah, he's got to pick one up for you. So you got all three amigos here. So that means you have me at Fantasy Ace Ball, Tim Connect. You have John at John PGH. And you have Doc at Doc Eisenhower. All three here. I'm going to let these guys probably do more talking than me because I've been talking all day. As you can hear, my voice is like on the way out. I'm like a plane crash right now as far as my voice is concerned, just from work. But today we're talking about my favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals. And it's also a division rival for John, so that makes it fun.
Yes.
And even though he doesn't want to be a Pirates fan, but he still is a little. It's still in your heart.
The Pirates don't have rivals. They're not that good.
Yeah. And then Doc is basically like a Cardinals fan. He's like he's an initiate. He's like on the border. He's what's your favorite? Where are the Cardinals in your pecking order of favorite teams here, Doc?
It's like I spend every year. I spend basically a fairly even amount watching Cardinals and Royals and Rangers, but probably in that order that I just said because that's the subconscious coming out. So,
where were you born, Doc? Where would you grow up?
Let's not talk about this. Even though I'm overcompensating with my USA shirt, I'm actually a closeted Canadian. So you know what? I should be like really, but you know how I'm not like jumping back on an old bandwagon. You're not seeing me here saying I'm a huge Jays fan. It's like
you're assimilated.
Yeah, no hyphen, just American now. But I appreciate what the Jays are doing, and yeah, this is a long way around to say that I think I'm kind of a closeted Cardinals guy. I can't help it. I was just I spent a lot of time in Indiana. They don't have a team, and the local AAA affiliate, the Indianapolis Indians, they feed up to the Pirates, and frankly, that's just I'm not a masochist, so can't really be a Pirates fan.
You totally just tied into the last podcast, and I don't even know if that was on purpose or on accident, but John was totally talking crap about hyphenated names. So, nice. Boom. Nice tie in there. So, we're going to talk about the Cardinals. We're going to talk top 20. We're going to try to keep this one briefer than norm, maybe like 45 minutes. So, top 20. And by the way, I've seen like most of these guys live. So, I'll have little notes on each of these guys. Travis Honeyman spent like the first half of the season at A-ball this year, and he's a college guy. And I was just like, why is he here? He was hitting like 300 something at A-ball. Like he was way too good. His A-ball slash is 321, 446, 443, like 446 OBP. Just like he was so bored. More walks and Ks. Actually got promoted up to high A as a college guy. Pretty interesting guy here, Travis Honeyman. If you pull him up real quick, Doc, 104 hit tool on that scores and a 109 discipline. Now, power is only 88 and speed is 97, but he's 6'2", 190. I think he's going to get into more power. I honestly think that the power has dinged him a little bit because he was playing in Jupiter. It's a tougher ballpark. And because he was just taking so many walks that I feel like he wasn't able to show off as much because, like, if you look at the EVs, they're not fantastic. But I think that there is more power in there than, like, what we have seen to date for Travis Honeyman. Got anything on Honeyman, Doc, before we move to 19?
Yeah, I remember coming out of the draft, he was supposed to be this all-around polished guy. I think that's why there's basically no hype around because he's this older dude that they're slow rolling for some reason, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do if he gets the bump, and he should get the bump to Double-A this year. That'll be the real challenge. But yeah, it could be a sneaky, boring guy, classic Cardinal.
Yeah, exactly. 82% contact, almost 90% zone. So dude can hit, that's for sure. Number 19. This is the guy that I want to highlight. It is Che Wei Lin. He is from Taiwan. I saw him in Jupiter all of last year. And this dude throws 100 miles an hour. So that's fun. His stuff is actually like really good. And I was talking to a Tiger scout at one of the games. And he was telling me, he's like, this guy is like almost as good as Yuri Perez as far as stuff. He's like, I have no idea why he's still here. That's what the Tiger scout was telling me. That's not me. And I was like, I don't know if he's that good. But he is way too good to be an A-ball, and he's also a little bit older. So this year he was 23, and it's like he capped out, I think, at high A. He's in the Arizona Fall League right now. And when I saw him, I was like, this dude could be a major league reliever right now. I'm not really sure why he's in the minors as like an international guy. He hit to Double-A.
You got a handful of appearances, yeah.
Yeah, but look at 2.49 JA ERA, 110 stuff, 112 FERA. Yeah, 93 control. But imagine you can convert that into a major league reliever right now when the dude throws 100. Like, why are they wasting time stretching this guy out when he should just be a major league reliever like already? But he is really good. I mean, like, look at his last few starts: 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Was his final start of the season, so he finished pretty strong here. And his main thing when I watched him was like, I feel like he was pitching too much in the zone. It's one of these guys where I was like, dude, that works in Japan and China or whatever, Taiwan, wherever you're from. As we got the USA shirts
we've
today.
We've had a time we've had like this is like the 4th Asian pitcher we've talked about this week.
Yeah, a lot of athletics. But
you know that Taiwan still thinks
Taiwanese.
thinks that they're the real China. If you talk to them, they don't say they're from Taiwan. They say they're from China.
Now we can't play. This podcast won't be allowed to be played in China now that we've supported.
Correct.
The Taiwanese person in my family, they are the real China. So, I'm gonna get a banned in China now. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, John. You just got. The podcast just got cut in China because of me. So
I'll check the demographics. I don't think we have any Chinese hits, but I'll check.
Yeah, but now we're the number 1 in Taiwan. So you know what? Screw you, China. But anyway, Chen Wei Lin. I think this dude is a dude. Like, he's a major leaguer. I don't know why they're playing around with him so much. What do you mean, Doc?
Yeah, well, it is what it is. We'll see what he does against real competition.
All right, John, you got anything on our next favorite Taiwanese player before we move
the
on?
names are going to be really hard to keep square. I mean, like, I'm going to see in the Daily Notes next year, like, some guy like this had a big outing, having a big month, and then I'm going to be like, which one is that? And like Wei Lin, Sun Cha. I mean, we're not trying to be like overly mean about it, but it's hard. It's hard.
Well, yesterday we talked about Wei and Lin.
Right.
From Taiwan Athletics. This guy is literally Che Wei.
Yeah.
So the Wei and the Lin are both the same. There's only one of those 3 names is different.
I need to memorize their ID numbers or something instead.
Yeah. Number 18 is Nate Dome. The Cardinals got him in the Ryan Helsley trade, which completely blew up on the Mets, right? Am I right? And he's going to resign, and he's going to resign with the Cardinals too. Which is going to make it even more funny, I think. But Dome didn't perform as well in the Cardinals org. With the Mets this year, he had a 20.7 K- walk rate in 34 innings, and with the Cardinals in only 12 innings, he had a 7.1 K- walk. So for whatever reason, whenever he came over to the Cardinals, he did not perform as well. Hopefully that gets swapped up later over time. You got anything on Dome, Doc?
Yeah, so that's a 12 inning sample size, so not going to go a whole long way with it. But yeah, that's looking like a really good deal. He's looking like an interesting cat. He's from Indiana, so you know I like him. Went to college in Mississippi, so yeah, it's a good middle America kid. He was born in the same town where I used to get my Indiana whiskey. So
nice.
That's my baseball analysis.
That's a win. Number 17, we got name of the day here. One of the best baseball names for sure. 17 is Blaze Jordan, corner infielder, who the Cardinals also got at the trade deadline from the Red Sox. And Blaze was actually like fire for the Cardinals. When he came over to AAA, I think that they won the AAA title. They did win the AAA title for International League or whatever.
You get paid for that?
What, to be in the title?
To win the AAA league? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be like nice for the players, right? To be like, hey, we're a gelled team together, and the Cardinals have all these old guys that hopefully they get rid of, and then we can like move up into their spot.
It's a weird thing to be on the AAA winning team because you kind of failed because you didn't make it to the majors. Like, you're still in AAA at the end of the year, but I don't know. They're doing better than us, I guess.
I don't know. JJ Weatherholt doesn't care, man. Blaze Jordan, go ahead, Doc, because this is your guy.
I mean, I don't know if he's my guy, but he's someone I want to talk about because he's just such a weird dude. His arc has been interesting. I think he was making YouTube highlight reels or something as a high schooler, just cranking yard bombs. He's from Mississippi too, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Cranking yard bombs like baseball, right?
Yeah. He's just whipping nasties out of the freaking. Anyway, no, he's
yeah,
we're losing the plot here.
It sucks for these guys now that they grew up on social media, and everything they've ever done might be on the internet. I mean, there's just no hiding. That's tough.
No, I mean, it's I think he was getting famous for the right reasons though. He was hitting home runs, right? Really hard home runs, far home runs as a high school. That's one thing you do want to linger around. And
so.
yeah, so the weird thing is, like, I feel like he keeps getting under and over appreciated. He was overrated, now he's underrated. He doesn't really strike out ever. This is great. He's 6 foot 220. Like he's actually kind of had to like make sure he doesn't get too big. He's kind of got prone to some chubbiness, I think, over the years. It's interesting. You said he did really well with St. Louis, and actually the back of the baseball card would say he did not with a 198 batting average, but
185 BABIP. Who cares?
No. It seems like it may have been a lot of bad luck because he had
7 homers
points. Yeah, 7 homers in 41 games. That's not together. That's 13 bombs and about 80 games, 85 games. It's not bad. That's okay. And then
scorecard championship.
Look at his contact rates. Though I love that his above 80% throughout the whole year, closer to 90% zone. Like that's what you want to see. And so it seems like maybe he's not a 300 hitter, but he's not a 200 hitter. He's probably going to be an I love it. The Alec Burleson comp. Whenever a guy gets just boring enough, and even if you look at his savant stats, it's like his average EVs are actually bad. Like with Boston, they're 84.9, then 86.1 with St. Louis for a big guy who can hit home runs. And you see his max EVs are pretty good. They're 110.
90th is pretty good.
Yeah. Which I'm saying, it's a weird profile though. He's got some things to work on clearly, but he's still just 22 years old. So we'll see what happens. I think he'll work out. I think it's a good work for him.
Seems like the launch angle's pretty bad. So here's a good example of that distribution.
He's just inconsistent.
He's like balls.
Yeah, dude, you totally read my mind. My whole thought process on him is he's righty Alec Burleson, basically. And you totally, like, literally, that's like his stat line is like exactly like Burleson's. Like high contact, hits the ball hard sometimes, hits the ball on the ground way too much for a guy that's supposed to be like a big power hitter type. So it's like very similar profile to Alec Burleson. So the question is going to be, is Blaze Jordan, because the Cardinals have like 10 Alec Burlesons at DH, first base, whatever, left field, nobody can actually play a position except for Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn can just play every position, I guess, except for first, left, and catcher. So, like, is Blaze Jordan, is he going to be a quadruple A guy here, Doc, or do you think he's actually going to make an impact?
He's 22. There's still so much time. Like, he's in Triple A. He was in Triple A at 22. 22 is actually technically young for Double A. So I'm not too worried at this point. We'll have to decide on the quadruple A name tag, the label, if he comes up to MLB and he starts squandering the opportunity. But I mean, Alec Burleson took till he was 25.
Yeah,
he was a late bloomer.
Let me show you something. Sidebar. I should add minor leagues to this, but this is the new MLBDW app hitters similarity comp page, where you can put in a player name and you get comps for it. So we don't have minor league stuff, but that's a pretty good idea for me to put minor leagues and try to compare them with major leagues.
That'd be sick. That would be a winning idea.
Yeah. So there we go. I add to the list, but here's Burleson. Compares best to Kirkbohm, Arise, Bichette, Donovan. Makes some sense, right?
Yeah. Maybe like Bowen, Bichette kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But...
Kirk can never make sense as a comparison to anyone except for Moises Ballesteros because of the body type. So anyway, back to the Cardinals. Number 16 is Yairo Padilla, shortstop. So interesting. Padilla and Raniel Rodriguez were basically on the same area. A lot of people like Padilla more than Raniel Rodriguez preseason. And I saw them both in spring a decent amount. I saw Rodriguez a ton this year. And they were like supposed to be on the same level. Now look where Rodriguez is ranked and look where Padilla is ranked. So Padilla he was a complex. He never got promoted to A-ball. I thought for sure he was going to only be a complex for like a little stint. And it's like he did bad. I mean, he had no home runs, but he did hit 283, 396, 367 slug, ain't great, but 24 steals and 12% walk, 14% K. So it's not like he did bad, 80% contact rate too. So it's kind of weird to me that he didn't get promoted to A-ball. As a switch hitting shortstop with those kind of numbers and his type of pedigree, is that odd? Like, to me, I'm just like, there's something that the Cardinals want him to fix here, because why else would you keep him in complex instead of promoting him to A-ball when he's performing and he's supposedly a top prospect for the team? It's kind of weird to me. What do you think, guys?
Like not potty trained or something? I mean, is there some like personal? I don't know. Is there professionalism issues?
I don't know, or maybe they're just trying to get him to lift the ball more. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of weird that someone who's hitting so well doesn't get promoted to A-ball. But I don't know. If you don't have any more to comment, we'll get to 15.
My brain's never gone below AA. So you're talking about these. If they're not on my dashboard, they're nowhere near my brain.
All right, Ryan Mitchell is the second rounder for the Cardinals. The Cardinals overslotted Ryan Mitchell. And I'm pretty interested in Ryan Mitchell because this is like the first draft that Chaim Bloom had a lot of impact on for the Cardinals. And obviously they really like him to overslot him in the second round when there was a lot of talent still in the second round as a high school outfielder. And I just get like Christian Campbell vibes here. I don't know why, because he's known as like a really good athlete, really good hitter. And I just get some Christian Campbell vibes from Ryan Mitchell. So I think that's a name to watch here. As kind of like an underrated second-round pick. And, of course, if you're in FYPDs, he will be available. You got anything on Mitchell, Doc?
I'm not as educated as I'd like to be on this year's class yet, but one of the number one things I like to look for is the overslot guys because it's putting money where your mouth is, right? We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll be one of my guys. There's going to be a long road ahead. It's tough. I know that the guys like John hate not having any data at all. You can't plug anything in. But
I'm not going to watch the games. Like you're just not going to make me watch games. I'm not going to watch baseball.
No, well, I mean, there's not even like there's no games. He has played zero. He just got drafted, right? He hasn't played a game.
Yeah,
just got drafted. I think you need to go look up their TikTok page or something. That's where you go next.
Yes,
for these yard bombs.
YouTube. Yeah, that's where you go for the yard bombs, baby. 14 is Tekoa Roby, who unfortunately had to get Tommy John surgery. If he didn't, just like how we talked about Braxton Bragg with the Orioles, he might have been top 5. And like I might have ranked him ahead of Quinn Matthews because he was pitching so well. Like Doc knows, we talked about him a lot in the T10s this summer, and then he blew the elbow out. Like because he was looking fire before he got hurt. So you see 3.11 JA ERA, 107 stuff, 116 control, 98 ERA.
I'm trying to zoom in on the 56. The 56 F durability.
That's because he's hurt all the time. Tommy John surgery this year. He had a shoulder problem the previous year. But the stuff is fire. I mean, the curveball, 20.4% swing strike rate on the curve. Slider, 18.5. Fastball's got like 16 inches of vert. Decent fastball. Throws mid-90s. All his pitches, like changeup's good. Gyro slider's good. Like he has a lot of good pitches. I love the arsenal. But the hope is, like, maybe now that he's getting Tommy John, finally he'll stay healthy.
When did that happen?
But I think he got the surgery in July, I want to say.
His last outing was right here, I guess. Yeah, July 10th.
Yeah.
So he's gone.
July 10th. Yeah, he will probably miss the most of next year. So that's unfortunate. But I do still like him enough to put him in the top 20 because he was a high riser, made it to AAA. So he's pretty close before the TJ.
I mean, the fact this keeps happening, he hasn't been durable. I mean, I was just starting to come around on him. I'm like, all right, maybe he's not going to get hurt anymore. And then he gets hurt in the worst way possible. It's just it's probably going to be a reliever path, would be my guess at this point, if they want to see him in the major leagues. Or do you want to risk this keep happening over and over again? He's got a filthy curve. How much is that taking out of like trying to get all that stuff? I'm not sure. Sometimes maybe you're overworking your arm.
Yeah, exactly. It's durability. It's literal durability concerns. It's not like arsenal concerns. It's command concerns. It's literal durability concerns with him. 13 is Bryson Motts, who made it to AA this year. And really weird. I know John likes to put the videos for the weird arm angles on, so put Bryson Motts on here, John, because he has a really, really weird arm angle. But you got to love the stuff here. 102 stuff, 115 control, 102 ERA. FERA, so he projects pretty nice as like number 3, probably number 4 starter based on those F scores alone. 3.16 JAERA, so he had a really strong season. It's really weird. Look at that. You gotta see him from behind too. It's just like super sidearm, snappy type arm angle, but he's mostly fastball slider. So I don't know. Even though he goes deep. I don't know if he has – this is like opposite Roby. He's durable, 142 durability here. But does he have –
That's an
yeah, we got to get behind the mound view here. But does the main – there he is. So I don't know. Is that someone else?
That's someone else.
Yeah. So the main thing for Mounts for me is like, does he have the arsenal to do it, to be a starter? What do you think, Doc?
I don't know much about this guy.
And leave it at
That's
that.
the analysis.
Don't make stuff up.
John is loving me right now. He's like, "Yeah, dude, you guys are gonna get way too into this top 10.
We're getting there. We're getting there."
We talked about T10s, Bryson Motts on the T10 on the Fantasy Baseball podcast, Doc, and you were like, Steven Matz, Bryson Motts. This is a future Cardinal here.
That sounds like something I would say after way too many drinks.
Yeah,
Matz, tomato.
Michaelis, yeah. So number 12 here is Cooper Jerpy, spelled with an H, Cooper Jerpy, with the Cardinals. He looked really, really, really good this spring, and then blew his elbow out right at the end of spring training. Like, I thought he might be like a debut with the Cardinals. He looked so good this spring, but blew his arm out and missed the whole year. So he did not pitch in the minors this year. But the good news is that means he's going to be ready early next year, right? So we're not going to be waiting as long as like Taco Roby for Cooper Jerpy to come back. Jerpy over 20% K-minus walk rates. We don't have F scores on him, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
He didn't play, but there we go. Look at that. 114 F stuff. I love that. 106 FERA. This guy also very, very weird arm angle. To see if you can pull him up. He's got a really fun arm angle too, which makes him very deceptive when he's throwing. But you got to love a 22.2 K-minus walk and a 13.5 strike percentage and AA. That just means that this dude strikes dudes out all the time. People can't pick this stuff up.
Bro.
So he does also walk a lot of guys, but he's going to be one of these guys that strikes a ton of dudes out, doesn't give up a lot of bad contact, does have his walks every now and then. I don't know, like Blake Snelly. A lot of people think he's going to be a reliever because the command is like average, not great. But he looked so good this spring that I'm not really that concerned.
No, he's going to be a reliever because he's going to be a reliever. Same thing as Roby is because he hasn't given us more than 52 innings since 2022 in college. So that's a reliever. If you want to see him up before he's 27, I guess. He's going to have to come up as a reliever probably. Because, I think his stuff looks electric.
He had 103 innings in college, so he's done it. Like
that's come up to 4 years ago.
I guess next year I guess it will be. But I don't know. I'm a fan still. Of course, if they want him to pitch next year, it would probably be as a reliever. You're throwing him in the pen like a Grant Taylor or whatever. But I think that you can, and we've seen good evidence of a team wants to get a guy to the majors. You put him in the pen for 1 year, and then you put him in the rotation. Like, look at Garrett Crochet now. Like, obviously the best case scenario, right? But John and I talked about Mason Miller yesterday. So, like, these are scenarios that teams have had a lot of success with lately. Michael King, there's another one. There's a lot of these guys lately. Like, Griffin Jax might be one for next year. So there's a lot of these guys lately where you can put them in the pen for a few years, whatever, just to keep them healthy. And then you do that 1-2 years, and then they're a starter, So as long as
I don't say it as like a doomsday prophecy of like, oh, reliever, it's all over. It's like those are incredibly valuable pieces to a Major League Baseball team, right? Now look what happens in the playoffs. Like when every bullpen member is analyzed and under the microscope. So he could be electric, and then it's at least he's getting experience. He's developing against major leaguers. Get a few guys out first, right? Learn how to go through 3 guys and then through maybe 6, and then you can go on to be a starter in the future potentially.
Yep. Number 11 is your boy and mine, Doc, Jimmy Crooks. We both love Jimmy Crooks. I saw a lot of Jimmy Crooks in spring. Saw a lot of Jimmy Crooks back when he was playing in Jupiter for a couple of years ago, whenever that was. I guess 2022 now, a couple of years ago. So I'm a big Jimmy Crooks guy, and I know you are too. So why don't you talk about Jimmy Crooks a little bit?
Yeah, I'm in that tool shed mock with you, and I've been so busy. I just have not been able to like thoroughly scrub through everything, make sure I'm getting everyone. And I missed him. Him and Quinn Matthews was and Noah Schultz. Those are the 3 off the top of my head. But Crooks went like what 2 or 3, like 300th, something like really dumb in a prospect draft. He's good. Yeah. He's good, and he came up last year, and it's bad back of the baseball card stats for his 23 games. Actually that's his age. His 15 games, 46 plate appearances. He had a 133 batting average with a 152 OBP. Doesn't look great, but his contact skills are actually better graded than any point in his minor league career. Which is interesting because he's always had really good back of the baseball card stats. I think this was a kind of a fluky deal. Also, striking out too much doesn't help. He wasn't taking any walks. He was striking out. It was his first 15 games in Major League Baseball. There's going to be a little bit of popular. This could be like a 15 home run kind of guy. His defense is good. He doesn't wear batting gloves. I think he could. I mean, we'll see where. I don't know what Rainiel's skills are behind the dish, but I think if Rainiel can't stick behind the dish, then Jimmy Crooks might be the catcher of the future for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Fun Cardinals note: as a Cardinals fan, of course, I consume anything Cardinals. Sam Antonacci, who came from Cleveland and is like the Cardinals head of player development now. This is the first hire that Chaim Bloom made, was this guy last year. So this guy talked about Jimmy Crooks on a podcast that I heard. And he said that apparently he was giving Jimmy Crooks hell. Like, he's like, I gave him a really hard time. I made his life really difficult because he's a stud defensively behind the day. Like, he's like, I want him to be the best defensive catcher. So basically, when he came up to the majors, remember, he had a whole new pitching staff all of a sudden. Apparently they're like, no, you are not playing unless you know everything about this pitcher. Like, they just like basically made him like drill everything in defensively and on pitch calling, so that he probably like that. I'm sure that affected his hitting. You know what I mean? If they're like really
that makes sense.
Him, like,
sure.
Yeah. So of course it's going to affect his hitting. But apparently the plan for next year is that the Cardinals want Ivan Herrera and Jimmy Crooks to basically be the catcher tandem, which I don't know what that means for Pedro Pajes. Maybe he's traded. Pozo is probably just gone, whatever. But it sounds like Herrera and Crooks are going to basically be like the catching duo for next year, because the Cardinals don't want Ivan Herrera to basically get pigeonholed into being like a DH forever or whatever. So they're trying to make Herrera Crooks work as a catcher tandem. You've still got Bernal coming up even before Rodriguez. So Cardinals are catching you. But I really do love Jimmy Crooks too.
Cool name. And he's the third. So he's got a father and a grandfather, Jimmy Crooks.
And no batting gloves, so he's old school. You like that?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like a fun personality too. I talked to him during spring training a few times, and like, he's one of those guys where like, you know, like sometimes you'll talk as a fan to the players and it's like, they'll just like ignore you or whatever. But he would always turn around and like have something to say. So like he was actually a fun player talking to this spring.
That's how I would be. I would be nice to fans.
You would hope, right? Yeah. We'll talk about Team 10. Team 10 is the nicest guy ever to fans. So number 10 is Tanner Franklin. He was the Cardinals, I think, third round pick, I guess, because Ryan Mitchell's the second rounder, I want to say. But Tanner Franklin has ridiculous fastball. Like, this guy was a reliever for Tennessee. My computer just went out. But I was trying to bring up his IVB here, John, on the page. His fast, like, we don't have a lot of pitches from him because he didn't play a ton.
22, but that's enough.
I think he only played like 2 or 3 games or something. But look, 11 inches of vertical movement, and that's not including the gravity. So when you throw the gravity in, that's like 19-inch induced vertical break. And I was seeing online that he's been up to like 19.6 induced vertical break on the fastball. And tons of people during the draft said he has the best even a better fastball. Some people were like, he has a better fastball than Liam Doyle. Like, people love his fastball. And the Cardinals are making him a starter. They drafted him to be a starter, not a reliever. And with that fastball, I'm just super interested in Tanner Franklin and how Chaim Bloom can develop him. Because Chaim Bloom and what he did with the Red Sox and developing a lot of their young pitchers has been very interesting. I'm like a big fan of what they might be able to do with Tanner Franklin, because that fastball is just already like top notch. You guys got anything on him?
I mean, geez, he looks like he's a beast. He's 6'5", 240. Love to see that. Guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. This command seems a little bit sketchy. So, I mean, we'll see how the not reliever path goes. But if he comes back to being a reliever, pretty easy to see this guy is like, especially with that draft capital going in the second round, like he would be in line to be the closer of the future if he has to revert at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just the fastball characteristics alone. John, put that back up real quick.
Yeah.
Look at those characteristics. 11 inches of vertical movement, 5.3 horizontal. That's without gravity. He hits 100 on the fastball, but he's averaging 96, 97. 18.2 swing strike rate, and he's almost at a 60% strike rate. So he's also throwing
it's 22 pitches, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just those are that's insane characteristics for fastball.
Well, no, so the movement stuff, that's perfectly good. That's not like, you throw 10 pitches, you're good on the movement stats. Like those are stable, but I wouldn't get excited about the 60% strike rate and 22 pitches.
I am. I'm a Cardinals fan. Don't throw cold water on my Cardinals fan.
All right, yeah, you were pretty nice to me during the Pirates one. So right.
Yes, number 9. This is Franklin's not even the guy I wanted to talk about, so I'll be brief on the other guys. Number 9, Daniel Ortiz, first baseman, third baseman. I actually picked him in the tool shed thing here. I love Daniel Ortiz. He hits the ball extremely hard. He also has amazing angles. He's like almost like your mini Rangel Rodriguez, who like nobody knows about just because Rangel Rodriguez was so good. Joshua Baez was so good this year that like this guy kind of flew under the radar as like a really good pop-up like breakout guy. Look at the F scores: 115 power, 106 hit, 100 discipline, 117 speed. Like the F scores love this guy. And then the EV is 105.3 EV 90, 110 max EV, a 91.5 average EV. A 21.7 air pull rate is insane. Like this dude's angles and his EVs are elite. Like 70-ish% contact, that's fine. But if he's going to be hitting for that kind of power, like if he's going to hit that ball that hard at those angles, you'll live with 70 to 73% contact all day. So I was ecstatic that I got him in the tool shed mock. Daniel Ortiz. Do you have anything on Ortiz, Doc, before we move on?
I'm good to move on.
This is one of those teams that I get to see. So I live right by South Bend, Indiana, and it's this league. It's the Midwest League, High A. So to say that, like my boys they'll be 5-3, and like they might actually be able to sit for a while this summer, and then I'll actually know some of these dudes we're going to watch. So now I'm I've seen the Peoria Chiefs before, but not this year, so I miss this guy. But
yeah, I told you, I'm gonna totally convert you into dynasty prospect watching like me. Hey, you can do it because guess what? Sometimes I bring like 3 or 4 kids to these games and I make it work.
Yeah,
you can do it. I believe. So number 8 is Jesus Baez, shortstop. Cardinals got him from the Mets. I think he's like kind of solid. Like I'm not a huge fan of him. If you want to pull up the F scores real quick here, John, for Jesus Baez, like I was kind of upset about that trade, honestly, the Helsley trade, because I thought they could have got more. And but like a lot of people like Baez, but I just think he's kind of like mid, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. I think he's good. Like even when he was with the Mets, I saw him in Florida when he was down here in St. Lucie. But like I just think he's kind of mid. I don't know. You got anything on Baez, Doc?
I was just going to say real quick I did actually look at Daniel Ortiz. I was just looking at his profile real quick. 6'1", 230 is nice. I will say just a warning to you that 8 stolen bases successfully, but 6 caught stealing. So see that plus the frame, he's going to have to lean on his power a bit more. But Jesus Baez, I mean, Jesus is your first name. That's always a great start. He's never going to be the main Baez in town, it seems. He's never going to even be the main J Baez in town, which is like it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I feel like wasn't this guy a big prospect for a second, or a rising prospect?
Oh, he's kind of like a Mets top 5 guy, but the Mets org kind of sucks, to be honest. So when they traded him to the Cardinals for Helsley, it was like, okay, top 5 from the Mets or whatever, but like their system ain't that great. Outside of some starters, but like, yeah, I mean, he's short. He's like 5, like he's listed at 5'10" on that, but he's not. He's like 5'8". He's not. I've seen him in person. He's not 5. He's not 5'10". That guy's like 5'7".
He doesn't seem to do anything. He doesn't seem to do anything good. Like he's just kind of mid. He's
just like mid across the board. That's my read on him.
I think you have him too high on your rankings.
Oh, I mean, I think he's probably going to be a major leaguer.
Yeah, what the hell?
There's a good chance he's a major leaguer.
I know we're supposed to be getting more excited as we go up this list, and this is like
yeah, no, I'd rather Jimmy Crooks ahead of him. I'd rather Tanner Franklin ahead of him.
Daniel Ortiz. And by the way, Daniel Ortiz had 39 steals.
Blaze Jordan ahead of him. I'm going to redo your list right now.
All right. Leonardo Bernal. Talk about Leo, your boy. Another one of my boys too, but your boy, Leonardo Bernal. Let's go.
Oh, my guy, shoot.
Yeah, that was your guy, wasn't it? Or did you pick team?
No, it was Tick Hens. I was about to grab
my bad. You flip-flopped. You flip-flopped.
I did flip-flop. Here, let me grab my charger. You carry the load.
All right, Leonardo Bernal, catcher who can hit and who can also steal bags. I think he had like 10-10 as far as like home runs and stolen bases. It's almost like a Real Muto light type profile. I like him a lot. I saw him a lot when he was in Peoria. I mean, when he was in Jupiter here.
In Huntington.
Yeah, 13. So he spent a whole year here in Jupiter. I can't remember what the year that was. If it was 23 or 22. I've seen him a ton. He's a big dude. Looks like a catcher. Just like Jimmy Crooks. Both of these guys are phenomenal defensively. Both Bernal and Jimmy Crooks. And fun note, Leonardo Bernal is also from Panama, just like Ivan Herrera. So I think there's only like 3 catchers or something like that in the majors that are from Panama. And like 2 of them are at the Cardinals. So it's kind of a funny note. But very good defensively and very good across the board, basically everything. Like this guy's just good at everything from offense to defense to whatever. Has some power, has some speed, gets hits, takes a walk. So pretty solid player.
5 million people in Panama. I would have guessed like not even close to that.
Yeah. How many are Chinese? All right.
This guy's 250 pounds. He's a big boy.
Yeah. He is a big boy. He looks like a catcher. So number 6, Tink Hence. This is Doc. Okay, Doc's real guy.
Tink Hence is not a big boy. Is this guy still 60 pounds?
He's 6'1". Yeah, he's 6'1". I love Tink Hence. Honestly, my comp for him is Dylan Cease and will always be Dylan Cease because he has the same, like his pitches have the same movement, killer fastball, great IVB, great slider curve combo. Like I really, changeup is phenomenal. I love Tink Hence. He just needs to stay healthy, and he's the nicest guy ever. This is what I'm gonna leave on before I go to Doc because this is Doc's guy. But I went to a game, and my kid kept saying hi to Tink Hence, and Tink Hence just kept. Literally, he didn't stop. Tink Hence kept going, hi, back to my kid. And they went on for like minutes. And I'm like, I can't even do that with my kid. I would tell my kid to shut up and go away. And Tink just kept doing it. I'm like, this guy's like the nicest guy ever. And then he gave my kid a baseball. When Jordan Walker completely walked by and ignored us, Tink Hence gave my kid a baseball. So I love Tink Hence and Jordan Walker. I don't care about you at all. Just like you don't care about me and my kid.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc.
I'm going to let that linger for a second. That was
Jordan Walker hasn't been nice to Tim in a lot of ways. Jordan Walker was supposed to be like an all-star immediately. I remember. I'll never forget that 3 years ago. The hype.
We'll see. It's getting to that point where it's we'll find out. Tink Hence, man. He's just a weird guy. It's another one of these. I feel like this. I'm in the on Groundhog Day here, but it's another Cardinals pitcher where I start believing, okay, maybe they will stay healthy. Maybe they won't be a reliever. And then now I feel like they're going to be a reliever. Well, how can all your pitching prospects become relievers? It's like that's not good.
Bullpen game every game.
Yeah, I guess so. But they're going to figure it out. Yeah,
just throw them all 3 innings. Just make everybody a 3-inning guy.
Yeah, he's a little undersized too, which doesn't doesn't help in terms of the durability thing. At least a couple of the other guys are a little bit bigger, but. It's gonna be a tough one. He's still really young. He's just turned 23, so there's time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if he can stay healthy, there's not a 0% chance he's in the major leagues this year.
20 innings last year, so you're not gonna get much from him. If he gets to the majors, you're not gonna get 100 innings.
It might be in relief.
Yeah. It probably should be. This is a guy that probably should just make the team in the bullpen next year. Especially if the Cardinals are not going to spend money. Just throw him in. Just get him in there. Just throw him in the bullpen. See what happens. And then if he's great, then you extend him out and make him a starter the following year. I mean, the Cardinals did it with Liberatore. It worked pretty well for Liberatore. There's another one, Liberatore last year. So it can happen. Even Andre Palante was a reliever at one point. So,
the majestic Palante.
Yeah, John's favorite player.
I hate the Cardinals. Cardinals. Yeah. I haven't liked it. I don't even have anything against them anymore. But like, I don't have any likable players.
What do you mean, man? JJ Weatherhold is like the most likable guy ever. We'll get to him. So, and Mason Wynn is fun. So, number 5, Quinn Matthews. Quinn Matthews had a terrible year for command, but I still really like this stuff. The slider and the changeup are so good.
I drafted this guy so many times in like those NFBC leagues, and then just sat there all year. Can't drop him. You can't drop him in those leagues. You're stuck.
So this is what's so weird when you bring him up on the thing. Yeah. He had, I think, no season ever with a higher than 8% walk rate ever. And then this year he had like an 18% walk rate, and it's like, what the hell? So a big part of that is like, I think it's just AAA, because a lot of guys have a lot of problems at AAA, especially when you have a lot of movement on pitches.
17%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Bring up his F stuff though.
Yeah.
And his Arsenal stuff. There he is. 105 stuff is not as good as you would like, but look at some of these pitches here. The changeup had a 28% swinging strike rate on it. The slider, 18.7.
This last 2 years.
13.1.
Yeah, this is all of the last 2 years. If you want me to split it up, let me know.
Yeah, very good breaking balls. And now slide it to this year. Watch the fastball. The fastball velo is going to go down, and the vertical movement's going to go down. So, and the swing strike stuff's going to go down. So, his fastball got worse. The breakers are just as good as ever. The fastball got worse. And because in AAA, there is an ABS, there's a zone. Guys are just laying off of the breaking stuff and smashing the fastball. And because his breaking stuff has so much movement, the fastball is the only pitch that's getting called as a strike, I think. Because if you just watch the games, a lot of his stuff is so loopy. There's a ton of movement, which is great if like guys are going to swing at it. But because of ABS, it just makes you really need to hone in on like some fastballs. And he tried to sinker for a little bit, didn't work. So I don't know. He's a very polished guy. He pitches deep into games. He's got a nice arsenal. I think he's going to figure it out.
Finished healthy. Pitched the whole year. So that's good. 200. That's didn't miss any time. Finished the year. So seems like another candidate for early next year if he's throwing strikes.
Yeah, that's the big thing, throwing strikes. And, this guy's durability was what was really exciting to me early on. And I think he did 152 pitches in one game. In college, they let him throw 152 pitches, I think. Let's Jamie, pull that up. But the
Stanford, you're just Stanford.
Yeah, but I know the pitch count. So anyway, he got a machine, and then he added the velo to his fastball. So we'll see. 156. Almost had it down. Almost nailed off memory. So yeah, it'll just be interesting. Honestly, it felt like he did a lot worse last year than a 3.93 ERA, which isn't great, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. That command has not like always been an issue, so I'm not super freaked out about him. I wish this guy in our 30-team salary cap league would be more freaked out about him. He's like asking for my top prospects, like nothing happened to Quinn Matthews' value. I'm like, no, he just went like 200th in our mock.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, I think he's still going to make it, and he's someone where it's pretty clearly he's going to be a starter. Hopefully he's not going to be like the innings eater, classic St. Louis starter, but he's on his way right now. He's on his way to just kind of being a guy. We'll see if he can be more than that.
Let's see if anybody had a higher walk rate than him last year in 100 innings.
Definitely.
Yes. Probably not many. Probably all AAA guys. Look, Patrick Copen. We talked about him last pod. Shout out again to Patrick Copen.
Quinn, where'd he go? Where'd you go, buddy? Didn't he have 100 innings? We just saw that.
No, he had like 99.
99. Literally 99 innings. Dude.
Let's go to 95.
He last year in 2024 he led all of minor leagues with 143 innings.
Third highest walk rate in baseball.
Yep. I think he's going to figure it out. But just throw in the majors, he'll get it.
That's a good point. I highlighted that before I flipped it right here. The walk rates by level is just insane. So something to watch.
That's interesting.
Yep, I've been telling everybody for years. AAA is messed up. Number 4, Liam Doyle, starting pitcher, first pick. I think even John might know Liam Doyle because come on, man. So Liam Doyle yells at guys on the mound. He basically it cusses all the batters out. He's tons of fun to watch. You saying the Cardinals have personality. Yeah, Liam Doyle now. This guy throws 100 miles an hour from the left side.
Well, I can't take my kids to any games he's pitching. Now I know that, huh?
You can't hear. I took my kids to a game he was pitching. But yeah, 100 miles an hour from the left side with 10. You see 10 vertical movement, 10 inches of vertical movement without the gravity there. So not as much as Tanner Franklin, but 10 inches add gravity. That's a 17, 18-inch induced vertical break from the left side at 100 miles an hour. So killer fastball. Also, there's a splitter. It's not showing on there. It's showing changeup instead. But his big secondary is actually splitter.
So he got drafted and pitched twice before shutting it down.
Yeah, one of those starts. So nice. But yeah, I'm a big Liam Doyle guy. He was picked like 4th overall or whatever. So there's a reason that he was that high. I mean, Doc.
Yeah, guy looks like a stud. He seems like he's got a big competitive drive and a lot of other things that stat head geeks like John don't like to hear. He's got that mound presence. He's got a certain je ne sais quoi. No,
I like to hear it. I like to hear it from you guys. I mean, I enjoy hearing the narrative straight from Doc, but.
Yeah, no, I'm not the ultimate college guy, but I've seen a few clips of him. He's got a real competitive spirit, and he's a lefty, which helps too. That is something you can actually focus on. 6'2", 220 build. Love to see that. Yeah, he seems like he actually might have too electric of stuff to be a St. Louis Cardinal. We need someone a bit more boring.
New Cardinals, man. Heim Bloom era. Yeah, check him out in college.
Was he the guy who was calling out people who I think some guy called time, a batter called time. And
that's Liam Doyle. Batter called time. And then he started yelling at the guy.
Well, he's like, you're effed. You're effed, bro. And afterwards he's like, obviously it's a little bit crass, but I don't like when guys do that. And when they do it, I just assign a weakness so I know that I got them. I'm like,
that's what Taiwan says to China.
This is what MLB gives. I waited 15 seconds for a still image.
Yeah,
of this
it's
dude.
a still image. Yeah, there you go. You're not even getting video.
They're not sending their best.
Come on, MLB. Yeah, you gotta get YouTube, man.
That's crazy. That's like the guys with all the money. They just give you a couple Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Number 3, Joshua Baez. This is the J Baez that actually matters.
Yeah.
This dude had 20 home runs and 50 steals this year. Like, this is a fantasy darling. He was a 2nd-round pick a few years back. Had a good 2022.
Wait, you brought him up when we got together the first time. I remember this guy.
Yeah, Joshua Baez. He's good. Pulls F scores.
Yeah.
So 2023, 2024, he was terrible, absolutely terrible. And then 2025, major changes, actually can make contact all of a sudden. And now the dude is a complete beast. So Joshua Baez is probably, like, would you say he's the biggest riser in fantasy rankings this year, Doc? Or he's got to be up there. Like, he's got to be one of the biggest risers. For the F scores, 122 power, 102 hit, 97 discipline, 131 speed. I comped him. I was like, this guy reminds me of Joe Adele. Like, he reminds me a lot of like a Joe Adele. He's way younger.
Don't even talk like that.
No, dude, look at his swing. His swing looks like Joe Adele's. Like, it's very similar.
Right here.
And he's got power speed.
This is the plot of the episode.
Kids don't dream of being Joe Adele, and we don't need him to start doing that.
What do you mean? Joe Adele's sick this year.
He was okay this year. He's like, this was like his best year he's ever had and may ever have, and he had like a 301 OBP. Like, that's the peak. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's great. It's really good for him. He mashed so many bombs. It's genuinely good for him. But in terms of in terms of your dream fantasy profile, that it ain't it. And Baez is showing signs he could have more than that at AA this year. He blasted a 77 clip for contact rates, and it was, he's on track with like actually being a good hitter right now, and he's walking a bunch. He's striking out at 20%. He's completely cut out the strikeouts out of his profile. It's really interesting, and it makes him from a zero to a hero pretty fast. It's like absurd that he's got this. What was it? The final 20 home runs and 54 stolen bags, and fairly efficient stolen bags in a big body, 6'3", 220. Like, this guy could be like, this is the kind of profile that could be your next, like, it wouldn't be out of like the range of outcomes to be one day the best player in fantasy baseball. Now, that's like the ultimate, obviously crazy talent.
Yeah.
But like 2020 seems like almost inevitable if he can stay on this trajectory. And you don't want to throw that out too much. There's not too many 2020 guys you can lock in, but like that's where we're at now. And it's interesting. So I did a mock like a couple months ago. I don't know what time is anymore, but I've been traveling so much. I did it in the past, and he went like 100. I got him late, like 160th overall in a prospect mock. And I was like, how is this happening? People are not catching on yet. Guys, go get him now. And now he's what did he go in ours? Like top 20?
Yeah, he was top 20.
Yeah. Now he's a top 20 prospect.
I can't remember who got him, but I was mad because I wanted him in the second round. So,
he should be a top 20 prospect right now.
Yeah.
15 points off the K rate from 36% in 2024 down to 21% last year. That is something you never see. I should do a query here in the data when we get some time to see what are the biggest single season drops in K rate. I mean, most guys don't even have 15 points to lose, so it's kind of a problem at the beginning that you're up at 36% and you have that many to lose. But man, that's super rare, super impressive. I would guess it is likely to come up a little bit next year, but that is something to see for sure.
Yeah, imagine if Spencer Jones could do that. Number 2 here with the Cardinals is Raniel Rodriguez. I saw him a lot this year. Dude hits tanks. The dude is confident. He has fun. This is one of my favorite hitters. And the angles are amazing. This is the angles king. Like, this guy has the perfect swing for home run swing. He almost reminds me when he's hitting of like a little mini Vlad, like a mini Vlad Jr. He's like a Vlad Jr. because he's big, he's stout, he's short, and the dude friggin' tanks. Look at these angles here. 24.8% air pull. What's the average, John? It's like 16 or 15 or something like that. Is like the major league average.
17% in the majors, yeah. 17.
Yeah, and he's 18 years old with a 104.3 90th EV, 111 max, 10.5% barrel rate, just 20-degree average launch angle, just quality angles, like the most quality contact that you will see. Perfect power swing here. I mean, like, one of the weird things is, like, I don't know how much more power he can actually grow into because he's short. So it's like, how much power will he get into? Because he's 5'10", maybe he probably is 5'10". He's shorter than me, so I know he's shorter than me because I've stood next to him and talked to him before. Yeah, he's probably 5'10". I was gonna say he might be 5'9" even. Maybe he is 5'9", but he's definitely shorter than me by a couple inches. So, what do you got on Raniel, Doc?
Nice, sucks, bust. Don't now. I mean, it's like I think like it might have. I would just say maybe there is some like overdrive hype on this one, like where everyone got really excited right toward the end of the season, and that's rightfully so. He's a pop-up guy. It's great, but he's 4 games at high A. It's fantastic to do what he did as an 18-year-old at low A, 13 home runs in 60 games. It's exciting. But we've got a long road ahead of us. So I know some people are like, I think Ross Jensen, my buddy, I think he's got him something crazy, like a top 20 prospect. Maybe you have him as that. Maybe that's normal now. But I'm not sure if I'm getting that right. But I know I've seen him.
Top 25, man. He's that good. He should be.
He's top 25 on Pipeline?
He's top 25 for me, I want to say.
Oh, for you. Okay.
Yeah. And then let's look at where he went real quick here. He went at number 17 in the Toolshed draft to Ross.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. This is what I mean. I think it's a little out of control, and maybe he gets there, but there's other guys who I think are already proving that they're in that wheelhouse at a higher level. So, hey, but if he's the next Vladimir Guerrero, I guess don't wait.
What's the best prospect list other than what we have?
Mine?
Like, what besides that? Where do you guys go to? Not MLB.com.
Prospects Live is very good. I like Prospects Live guys like Ross. Ross has got his own unique takes.
I don't look at other people's stuff, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I typically that looks like
I don't want anyone to influence me, so I never look at anyone else's stuff.
That is ancient. That has Roki on it.
Yeah.
But
oh look, they just did the Cardinals too. How about that?
Let's see if they agree with Tim.
Well, it depends. Who's the writer?
I'm not gonna be able to see it.
Let's see.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got Jimmy Crooks way ahead. Yeah, dude. Freaking Prospects Live is absolutely destroying you right now.
Oh, come on. Hey, right. They got Joshua Byes at 5. Get out of here. They got Quinn Matthews ahead of
They
Josh
should have
Byes,
him ahead of Rainiel. So, yeah, that's interesting.
They've got Ix and Henderson.
Blaze Jordan not appreciated enough.
Eshawn. You say Eshawn. But
I think he prefers Ixon.
we talked about him too, Doc, on the T10. But it's Eshawn. But I'm not a fan of his stuff, hence why he's not on. Let's go talk about number 1. We're extending this podcast. Okay. Number 1, JJ Weatherholt. I think JJ Weatherholt is the most well-rounded minor league prospect in baseball, maybe in a very, very long time. The dude is a lefty. He hits to all fields. He never strikes out. He walks. Amazing contact, and he hits the ball hard, like way harder than you would expect. And he's also fast. So F scores 106 power, 102 hit, 121 discipline, 104 speed, 105 durability. He's going to come into the majors and might be an all-star from the get-go. 3-4-5 slash this year, 17 bombs. I'm not sure how many steals he had because John's Page doesn't have a steal still.
All right, the other one. Here you go.
23. Yeah, tons of line drives, tons of barrels, almost a 12% barrel rate. And he hits the ball really hard consistently.
23 steals for the people.
91.4 average EV from a shortstop. Really good stuff. He'll probably be second base or third. Contact rates ran in the 80s this year, but last year he was in the 90s. So I'm a huge JJ Weatherholt fan. He also 64% zone swing rate, which John and I talk about it sometimes. Zone swing is super underrated for a batting average. You want guys that are going to swing in the zone. 64% zone swing, pretty solid. So, what do you guys have on JJ?
I think he's going to be really solid. I think your Cardinals fan came through for a second when you said you wouldn't be surprised if he's an all-star out the gate. I mean, Nick Kurtz struggled.
Someone's got to be an all-star for the Cardinals.
This is true. It's going to be Alec Burleson, the ultimate Cardinal. One year Alec Burleson's going to just have a crazy month and get 30 home runs by accident. So JJ Weatherholt, though, I agree. He's the most polished. Like he could have been on the team last year and been good. So it'll be interesting to see what his actual upside is for fantasy. I'm not sure if we really know that yet. Like, is he going to be more than a 2020 guy? Does he need to be? And will it be like one's better than the other? It seems like he's just kind of really good all around. Like he could be like, again, this is crazy, imagining peaks all around, but like this could be like a 300, 400 kind of guy in terms of batting average, OBP. Really exciting. So that just raises the floor, right? Like we have accepted Freddie Freeman early career, late career of like not having tons of home runs for a first baseman because it just gives you those stud ratios. Maybe you have like a Freddie Freeman, but he steals bases all the time.
For like a fantasy line, I've always compared him to Marcus Semien. I'm like, he could be a Marcus Semien. He could be
better ratios.
High batting average, 20-20. Like, yeah, tons of runs. Like, that's kind of what I think from like a fantasy perspective. Like, will he ever hit 30 home runs? No. Will he ever steal 30 bags? No. But he should hit like 280 to 300. You can go 20-20 most years with a really high OBP.
So you have misremembered Semien. Do you remember like his best year? So his career average is 253 average and then 321 OBP.
I'm thinking like Rangers Semien, like early Rangers Semien. Like Semien.
You're thinking literally.
I think Weatherholt can walk into it. I think Weatherholt has a lot more pedigree than Semien did when Semien came up. So I think Weatherholt could walk into like prime Semien.
Fast Freddie Freeman.
I forgot.
Who plays shortstop or is third base now?
You do forget that Freddie Freeman didn't hit a lot of home runs early on. Like he really wasn't all that great for several years.
I've played. Well, he was great. I've been playing this game for some time. I've been playing since like 2005.
Yeah.
So he's. I remember when he was coming up, and but he wasn't who he is now, or he was. I guess who he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It was always useful. When you're hitting great ratios, everything else like you can put up with longer stretches of no home runs or no stolen bases because at least they're not hurting you or whatever, or they're giving you RBIs and runs.
It's true.
For sure. So that's a podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, however you consume the content. Recommend watching because we had a lot of nice visuals for you to watch. And yeah, you can watch Doc pump himself up in the podcast. So we got John at John PGH. We got Doc at Doc Eisenhower. You got me at Fantasy Ace Ball. And make sure that you subscribe to MLB Data Warehouse, where you are going to be able to play with all these fun tools, and you're going to be able to do the comps because John has a comps page for MLB players. He's doing comps for minor league players. That is pretty sick. So nobody else has that. This is the only place where you're going to be able to get that, and it's the only place where you can get the F scores. So that is the podcast. Peace out, everybody. We will see you next time.
Good.